After escaping from Egypt, Moses married a Midianite woman named Zipporah. They had a son named Gershom. For 40 years, Moses lived there, tending sheep. One evening, on Mount Horeb, the Lord appeared to him in a burning bush and said, "Go back to your people. I have seen the suffering of my people in Egypt. Go to Pharaoh and tell him, 'Let my people go.'" Trembling, Moses replied, "Lord, I am slow of speech. How can I speak before the king?"
Me.
The Lord answered, "Your brother Aaron will speak for you. I will be with both of you." In this way, the Lord chose Moses as leader and Aaron as his spokesperson. On his way back to Egypt, the Lord told Aaron in a vision, "Go into the wilderness to meet your brother." The two brothers embraced with joy. Then they gathered the elders of Israel. Aaron told them the words of the Lord. When the people heard that God had seen their misery, and when he revealed his name as Yahweh, they believed and bowed down in worship. The next morning, Moses and Aaron went to Pharaoh's palace. A new Pharaoh was on the throne, but he still remembered Moses because they had both grown up in the same palace 40 years earlier. Pharaoh asked, "Moses, why have you come back?" Moses answered, "My people have been enslaved in this land for 400 years. Now let them go." Pharaoh became furious. Then Aaron threw down his staff, and it turned into a snake. The Egyptian magicians did the same. But Aaron's snake swallowed theirs. God's power was clearly shown, but Pharaoh's heart remained hard. So the Lord sent plagues upon Egypt, striking at its 10 gods one by one. The first plague, water to blood. Aaron stretched his staff over the Nile, and the water turned to blood. The fish died, and the river stank, so no one could drink it. Yet Pharaoh refused to listen. The second plague, frogs. Frogs swarmed the land, filling houses and beds, but not one entered an Israelite home. Pharaoh begged for relief, but once the frogs died, he hardened his heart again. The third plague, gnats. Aaron struck the dust, and it became gnats that covered the Egyptians and their animals. Once again, the Israelites were spared. The magicians could not do the same, and said, "This is the finger of God." But Pharaoh did not listen. The fourth plague, flies. Swarms of flies covered Egypt, but none entered the homes of the Israelites. Pharaoh promised to let them go, but broke his word. The fifth plague, death of livestock. Most of Egypt's animals died, but none belonging to the Israelites were harmed. Still, Pharaoh's heart remained stubborn. The sixth plague, boils. Painful sores broke out on the Egyptians and their animals, yet Pharaoh refused to let them go. The seventh plague, hail and fire. A storm of hail and fire destroyed crops and trees, but none fell on the land of Israel. Pharaoh's heart was still hard. The eighth plague, locusts. Locusts covered the land and ate whatever crops were left. Pharaoh pleaded for mercy, but then went back on his word. The ninth plague, darkness. For 3 days, deep darkness covered Egypt, but the Israelites had light in their homes. Pharaoh finally agreed to let the people go, but demanded they leave their flocks and herds behind. Moses replied, "No, we must take everything with us." Pharaoh refused. Then the Lord said, "One last plague I will bring. After this, Pharaoh will drive you out." The 10th plague, death of the firstborn. At midnight, as the Israelites stayed safe in their homes with lamb's blood on their doorframes, cries of grief rose throughout Egypt. Every firstborn son died. Pharaoh's own son, the son of the poorest, and even the firstborn of the animals, but not one Israelite home was touched. Egypt was filled with sorrow. Broken with grief, Pharaoh called Moses and Aaron and said, "Go, leave my people. Take your flocks and herds with you. Worship the Lord as you wish." The Israelites quickly gathered their belongings and left. After 400 years of slavery, they were free. The Lord had shown his mighty power, keeping his promise to Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. Lessons from the story. God keeps his promises. The Israelites were enslaved for centuries, but God fulfilled his word. We can trust that he never forgets his promises. God uses us despite our weaknesses. Moses was slow of speech, yet God gave him Aaron. Our weaknesses cannot stop God's plan. God is greater than all powers. Pharaoh's magicians tried, but the Lord proved his power again and again. A hard heart brings destruction. Pharaoh's stubbornness brought suffering to his whole nation. Pride against God always harms us. Obedience brings protection. The Israelites obeyed God by putting lamb's blood on their doors, and they were spared. Obedience brings safety and blessing. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. To watch more videos on Bible, subscribe our YouTube channel. Thank you.